Hi, my friends. This is Beth, 60-minute yin. Please begin in a comfortable seated position. And we are going to focus a little bit more on the ankles today. But as always, we'll do a bit of a whole body thing. We'll do poses such as butterfly, sphinx, dangling, a squat, toe squat, and an ankle stretch. So start in a comfortable seat, please. Classes, beginner level, so open to all. I'm sitting on a bolster. You could sit on bricks. If you don't have bricks, get some books, some Tupperwares. And if you don't have a bolster, cushions, pillows from your bed, they will work just as well. Once you have found your seat, please do close your eyes if that's okay. If you'd rather just keep your eyes low to the ground, that is also okay. And breathe. Breathe in by nose. Breathe out by nose. If you'd like to take a few exhales by mouth, you're so welcome to. And continue breathing comfortably, fully in and out by nose. And if you'd like to use this time to set an intention, please do. Maybe an offering of your practice, of the efforts and the insights of your practice to any being of choice, any cause, any group of humans or non-humans do. And for my friends here in person, if there's anything at all going on, mind, body, or spirit, please just wave. I'll come over, we'll speak privately. For anyone joining in for the first time, it's a very calm practice. We hold poses, most poses are floor-based, and we hold them for 2, 3, 4, sometimes even 5 minutes. And as the body opens and stretches, so does the mind. And metaphorically speaking, so does your heart. And with stillness comes awareness. With awareness comes acceptance. With acceptance comes a will to change what we can, if it needs changing. So use your breath to root you to the present, to develop awareness of the present moment. We will start the practice with butterfly pose. Take your time to open your eyes just enough to maybe look at me, and then you can close them again. Remove any props that you sat on if you're kneeling, and come to sit on your seat. If you find that when you sit on your seat you tend to collapse back, you might benefit from sitting on something quite low, like a low foam block or a low cushion. And bring sole to sole, but your feet quite far away from your pubic bone, so there's a good distance. Allow the knees to draw open to the side. Personally, I do it with a bolster. Now, there's different ways to take your butterfly. If you know your butterfly, take it. If you would like some suggestions, you could start with the bolster stood up, lengthen the waist and relax the head on the bolster. Let your arms rest on the legs beside you, on blocks. Very, very much up to you. If you find that your body would like to go a bit more forward, maybe you can lie the bolster down on your feet. Lengthen as you exhale. Flop on the bolster like so. Or maybe you can just bring a block behind your heels and rest your head on the block. Or any other way that your body is asking you to move. And if you'd like to place a block under the block to raise it, to get your head on it, that's also okay. Feel free to really adjust, fidget, adjust your poses until you have found your pose that to the best of your knowledge is the best pose for you today. And once you have, after entering the pose mindfully, surrender to stillness. We have 3 minutes left in butterfly pose. If your mind has wandered, that's normal. Minds do this. Bring it back to the breath and use the breath to root you to the present. Just under a minute left. Breathe in, breathe out. To exit the pose, turn the palms to face down. Press your palms against your bolster, maybe the floor. Super slowly inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Bring your right hand under the right knee, the left under the left, and draw the knees together. Open the feet wide, like the width of the mat, and allow the knees to fall into touch. Bring your hands behind you, lift the chest. Now lower the right knee. Lift to center. Lower the left. And take a few deliberate movements like this to counter the external rotation, the opening to the side of the hips. Come back to stillness. Cross your ankles. If it's okay, mindfully roll over them, or you can send the legs to the sides. But either way, make your way onto all fours. Tuck your toes And stretch the hips towards your heels with toes tucked to begin stretching the soles of your feet. Then continue pressing with your hands. Lower the heels down and lift the hips up. Have your bolsters and or your blocks handy. We're taking Dangling Pose. You might know this as Ragdoll. Your feet as wide as the hips or a bit wider. Soft knees or even bent knees. Now, elbows absolutely can rest on thighs, or hands can flop, head can flop, and you can take the traditional dangling, absolutely yes, to catching opposite elbows, or maybe resting hands on the bolster, maybe resting forehead on the bolster, maybe resting forearms on the bolster. So once again, be creative. There's no wrong way to do the poses unless they feel wrong. So play around with your props until you find your pose for today. And we have 2 more minutes. Check the body weight is not collapsing too far into the heels. So if it is, bring the hips forward. Let the head go. Keep your knees soft or even bent. And allow the ribs to really, really be heavy. Breathe in, breathe out. Bend the knees a bit more. Use your abdomen. If your back would like some support, press your hands on your thighs. If your back is happy for you to let your arms dangle, then do that. Engage it, your abdomen, and inhale slowly, roll or press to stand. Once you're stood up, stand still. Close your eyes if that's okay. In yin, this is called a rebound pose. So we stand, in this case, normally we lie in neutral. And we observe. If the right side and the left side feel a little bit different, we observe any sensations, tingling. We observe how the feet feel rooted, but the rest of the body feels light. Breathe in, exhale. We're headed back down, so the options are the same. Your arms can just hang there, or you can walk your hands down the legs, depending what feels right. Soft or bent knees, use your abdomen to slowly come back down. And open your feet about the width of your mat. Allow the toes to face slightly out to the sides. Bend the knees to come into your squat. Now, probably most of you will need one of these. You have one. So to place underneath your heels, don't feel like you have to use it. They're there if you'd like to. And for my friends at home, if you don't have one of these little blocks, you might just use something like a thin book. Now, coming into the yoga squat, have your knees and your toes facing the same direction, hence the use of the block to place your heels just on the corners of the block. If you find that the block is too narrow, I can bring you another one. So it might be that some of you don't use a block. Have your knees and toes facing the same direction, and feel free to rest your elbows on your knees. Feel free to let your arms dangle. Feel free to let the head flop, to keep it straight, to do whatever feels right. And adjust once you've found your squat. Close your eyes if that's okay. Or lower your gaze to the floor if you'd rather do that. Traditionally in yin, we bypass the muscles and we reach deeper tissues like the ligaments, the joints, the bones. But the truth is, you can't switch the muscles off, but you can become more aware of which ones are turned on and which ones you can surrender. The muscles in your lower legs, feet, and ankles are active. They are holding you in the squat. And if they start to complain a little bit, this is the opportunity to observe and accept. And if you need to do something about it, maybe you raise your heels a bit higher. So we become the impartial witness rather than the constant, loud speaker and protagonist. One minute. Breathe in, breathe out. Lean forward enough to bring your palms flat on the mat in front of you and slowly make your way onto your knees and onto all fours. Remove any props out of the way. Take your bolsters and have them handy, and take your thin blocks or pillows and have those handy. For a toe squat, tuck the toes under. Make sure that your little toe is also tucked under if it touches the floor. Mine doesn't. And I'm going to show you different options for the toe squat. So one of them is to stay on all fours if you find this is enough. Another is to lean your hips back towards your heels, but keep the weight a little bit forward onto your hands. If you find that it's okay for you to lift your hands and stack your shoulders above your hips and just stay like this, do. Otherwise, you could place a thin block or pillow between your thighs and calves to lessen the pressure on the heels, or you could kneel up and back down. So I've done this for a few years now, so I'm comfortable finally to have no props and just take the toe squat, but I did build up to it. So find a place where you feel that you can be with. And if you're in a place and you think, oh, this is too much, don't come out all the way. Rest your hands on the floor in front of you or lift your hips and go back when you're ready. No pain, but discomfort, that's okay, as long as it's the right kind, the one that feels right. Not only is this bringing quite a lot of flexion into the ankles, a lot of extension into the toes. Range of motion. So the muscles and the other tissues are starting to recover the mobility that they might have lost. Just under a minute left. Observe whatever's going on without judgment. If it becomes too strong to only observe, back off a little bit. Breathe in, breathe out. Very slowly. Lift your hips off your heels, bring your hands on the mat in front of you, and really, really slow, lift your toes off the ground, and really slowly place your toenails, your feet back down. And very slow, start to bring a little bit of tapping movement into the feet and increase the intensity until it feels nice to tap the feet again. We'll counter the pose with another pose, the ankle stretch. So now we're going to extend, point the foot. Take your skinny blocks or cushions. Start in a kneeling down position. This might be enough for some of you. If you feel enough sensation in the front of the shin and ankle, you stay right there. If you'd like to bring your hands back behind you and lift your knees off the ground and stay like this, traditional, this is a pose. I get lazy, so I place a block underneath my knees and I do it this way. You're welcome to do the block. You're welcome to do it without. You might have something slightly higher. It's for you to decide. And again, adjust, fidget, play, find your place. And then we stay for just over 2 minutes. Final minute. Bring awareness to your breath. If your mind's gone for a little walk, bring it back. Observe. Notice. Eventually, even the most subtle of sensations. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you're working with your knees on something, mindfully remove it. Come to regular kneeling first. And then again, really slowly place your hands on the floor in front of you. Lift the hips, come onto all fours. Tuck your left toes. Stretch the left leg away with your toes tucked and stretch the heel away from you. Lower your left knee down. Tuck the right toes, stretch the right leg away from you. And lower your knee down. Come to now lie on your abdomen for Sphinx pose. Take your bolster, or consider taking your bolster. This is how I like to do Sphinx. And place a bolster underneath your armpits and chest. Now notice the position of my arms. Elbows are underneath the shoulders. Forearms about parallel. I like to rest my chest on the bolster, but you could do exactly what I'm doing without the bolster. It's very much up to you. You could rest your forehead on a block. You could decide that you are happy to have your head straight or maybe flopped. If you're using a bolster, tuck the toes and just really press the chest into the bolster before you untuck and relax. The width of your feet, for most of us, makes a bit of a difference on the sensation. So if your feet are closer, it tends to deepen the sensation, and feet wider tends to lessen it. We have 4 something minutes out of the 5 total minutes in this pose left. For the last minute, I will show you different options to deepen. You don't have to take them, of course. This one's a good pose to notice any tension you can let go of around your hips, your pelvis, and your abdomen. If it's okay, allow the abdomen to sink. Allow the chest to sink, whether it's the bolster or just in air. Your shoulders absolutely can be hunched if you'd like them to. Allow the breath to be comfortably full. And allow the breath to occupy every cell in the rib cage. So the sides of the lungs expand, the back of the rib cage expands, the chest and the collarbones expand. And as we approach the final minute of the pose, you can stay absolutely as you are if this is what your body is saying to you. You could deepen the pose by opening your hands quite wide, turning the fingers slightly out to the sides and stretching your arms into seal pose. Or if you wish to keep the elbows bent, you could deepen the pose by rolling the bolster forward and resting your elbows on the bolster instead of the floor. So I leave the choice to you if you'd like to take any of these. If it's okay, allow the abdomen to sink. If your shoulders want to hunch and it's comfortable, allow them to hunch. We've just started the last minute. Breathe in, breathe out. If your arms are straight, bend them and bring your elbows down. If your elbows are on the bolster, bring them behind the bolster and then push the bolster forward if you used one. Come to lie on your abdomen and rest the forehead on the hands. We're holding this crocodile pose for just over a minute. Use it as your rebound. Observe anything and everything. Breathe in, breathe out. Stay lying down, but turn around. Lie on your back. You might need to bring the bolsters next to you. Working towards Banana Asana pose. Start by lying on your back, straight arms and straight legs. Now comfortably, lift the arms overhead. Your elbows can be a little bit bent. Just lift the arms overhead. Keep your legs straight and keep both hips down. Slide your legs to your left. Imagine your body's taking the shape of a half moon over banana. And slide your arms and your shoulders, keep them both down to your left. So you're side bending left. If the right shoulder starts to lift up, maybe a low block or a low pillow will help it ground. Now the options with your arms are just to keep them comfortably overhead. If you start to get any tingling in your neck or shoulders, maybe lower your arms so the elbows are a bit more shoulder height. You could also stretch them a bit further and interlock your hands loosely overhead. Left hand could grab right elbow or hold on to opposite elbows. Your feet can stay or you can cross the ankles, and there's no rule as to which one is on top. You decide. Once again, play around, fidget and adjust until you find your pose. And then we hold 3 minutes. If your mind has wandered, bring it back. You'll notice to the length of the pose, the sensations that started with you in the pose, maybe they've gone. Maybe they've intensified. Maybe they've evolved. And you'll notice that the body is the most obvious place to connect to and to feel. But we eventually delve a little bit more deeply. And emotions and ideas and thoughts and opinions and convictions, they take the same route. And maybe they go. Maybe they're replaced with new ideas. Evolved opinions. And all we have to do is allow it to happen without getting in the way. Breathe in and breathe out. Let go of any wrists, hands, or elbows. Uncross the ankles. And super slowly slide your legs, your arms, and your chest back to center. Bring your arms beside you. Now keep your feet firmly on the mat, but bend the knees. Gently at first, press your lower back down into the mat. When you feel you're ready, lift your feet off the ground. Place your right hand on the right kneecap, your left hand on your left kneecap, and begin to make figures of 8 and circles and all kinds of shapes by moving your knees. And then if you decide to, you can gently hug your knees into the chest and rock out the hips a bit more. Bring your feet back down. Slide the legs away. And bring your arms overhead. This time slide, move the legs to your right. Shoulders, arms and upper body to the right. And start to decide, would you like your arms lower? Would you like your arms higher? If your left shoulder tends to lift, slide a low prop underneath it. Your opposite elbows, you could hold on to them. Or you could really stretch your arms overhead and interlock the fingers loosely. Or maybe your right hand can hold on to the left wrist. If you'd like to cross the ankles, do. Take your last bits of adjustment. And then we stay for 3 minutes in the pose. Just over 3. Reconnect to your breath. So eventually we come to the place where we can't stop the thoughts arising, but we can watch them come and go rather than getting lost in them. Breathe in, breathe out. Let go of hands and wrists, uncross your feet. Super slowly slide your body back to straight. Bring your arms beside you. Keeping your lower back flat and your feet down, bend the knees and allow the lower back to anchor down. And slowly bring your knees into your chest. You could bring right hand on right and left on left kneecap, or you can hug them straight into your chest, or you can do a little fusion of any of these movements that feels right as a counter to what we just did. Keeping your knees bent, lower the feet back down. Take your bolsters and prepare them. You might use a block instead for bridge and or pontoon. Press your feet down, lift your hips, slide. I prefer the bolster, but you could slide a block under your seat so it's not the small of the back, but it's lower down, where your back pockets would be more or less, maybe a little higher. Lower the hips down on that. And let your arms rest down on the mat with your palms facing up. Now this is bridge, and you could keep your legs bent. Or you can move to pontoon, where keep your heels down but stretch out the legs one by one. And allow the front of the body to receive a bit more attention in the stretch. So it's very much up to you how you take this pose. The lift underneath your hips can be as high or as low as you'd like. We have 3.5 minutes left. I'll let you know when we have half of that left so that you can swap if you're doing one leg straight and one leg bent. If you're doing one leg straight, one leg bent, super slowly swap the legs out. We have just under 2 minutes left. And for everyone, notice if you can comfortably move the shoulders a bit further from your ears and hunch. If you can allow the hips to sink a bit more into your prop, the heels to let go, surrender into earth. Your face to soften, the front of your hips to surrender. Learning to let go with the body, it takes us one step closer to learning to let go of emotions and mental stances that no longer serve us. Breathe in. Breathe out. Very slowly, if your legs are straight, start by very slowly, one leg at a time bend. And place your feet back down and stay here for a moment. Now the next and the last pose we do is final relaxation, Shavasan. So you could roll the bolster, lift the hips, roll the bolster forward under the knees, come to lie on your back. Or if it's a block, remove it. And super slowly, super slowly, super slowly lower. Now, if your body is really asking you to slowly bring knees to chest, this is a kind of intuitive movement so we connect to. So do that. Bring knees to chest, and if you'd like to rock it out, do. You could then rest your feet on your bolster if you have one in front. And then taking your time, adjust the position of the bolster with your feet, knees, legs, and come to rest your thighs and the knees on the bolster for your final pose, Shavasana. If there's anything else that you'd like to do you want the bolster here or do you want it higher up? Better. If there's anything else you'd like to do, like cover your eyes with a piece of clothing or an eye bag if you have it, do. Rest your hands, not necessarily beside you, but on you if you prefer, whatever feels right. without moving your body just yet. Observe your body breathing. Start to deliberately deepen the breath to wake your body up. And start to bring the little bit of movement into the fingers and the toes and the arms and then the legs. And stretch your whole body awake. When you're ready, bring knees to chest. Hug them there for a moment. And if you wish to stay on your back, do. If you'd like to roll to your side, do. Take your time, please, to find a comfortable seat facing forward. If you had an intention or an offering, bring it to heart, bring it to mind, take it out with you. And if you wish to join me, bring your palms together, bow your head, and thank you for your practice, for everything you brought to the room today. Thank you, my friends online. Namaste. Namaste.